We are neural network from previous generation that went to this generation.
An emotion, it's a replica of something they've learned. So they're just repeating
What do you
a
think
pattern.
about you? You don't think you're a replica of something?
You have your inner saboteur in a way that is keeping you from making anything. It's like, unless it's perfect, I can't do it.
AI is able to replicate visual. AI is not able to replicate art. And art is coming from pure emotion. The way you showed me the mess,
Okay, that's for later. The teaser.
But imagine a piece made of blood, how unique it can be. Is it a ritual, by the way?
It's not a ritual. I started actually laughing when I read the question. I was like, okay, it's not a ritual. It's again...
I was thinking about Baphomet, kind of ritual.
Yeah.
The music industry in a way. It can sound like that.
Yeah.
It can go everywhere. I don't think you're a person of rituals. You don't look like a ritual person.
I don't look like I sacrifice lambs or anything. Oh, okay, good.
Maybe
I hide it well. I'm a spiritual person, but not a ritual person. I don't think the thing with the blood work, I painted with my own blood. It's about
how much blood do you need to paint?
Well, it depends on the piece you're doing. I did 2 pieces for my first exhibition, The Filth I Feel, which actually that trash work was part of it, the blood work was part of it, and actually all of the pieces almost
the same connected. To
they are connected to The Filth I Feel, which.
And this ritual is all about
the ridiculousness
of society, of us, or of ourselves.
Actually, it's about ridiculousness, and it's about perception, on how information changes our perception of things.
Information in general?
Information in general. Again, I would find it maybe a bit more fruitful if I showed you a bit of the work. I mean, this is a close-up of the blood work. But
I'm scared.
You should be.
It looks like a crime scene.
It does. I love it. This is actually my, laptop screensaver. I love it. I think it's so pretty. But knowing, okay, that's actually a really good reaction, because knowing it's blood, like thinking, like if that was acrylic.
To be honest, when you told me about the artwork, about blood, I thought we're going to talk about a painting, like the one before. Now when I'm thinking, it's more abstractic, after ritual kind of.
Okay, you can view it as a ritual. Yeah, of course.
It's not a ritual, it's more like abstractive painting, because it's more like the color, you see like the black, I don't know if the black part is a painting.
No, it's all blood. It's
all blood?
Yeah, it's on brass.
Alisa, first of all, I heard some good news on the phone, so something interesting happening now?
Yeah, so interesting. I can't believe my life. My life is so cool, honestly.
You were just saying about that, how when you're so honest with yourself, everything works so well.
It does. It's so weird, because like when you start being honest with yourself and what you want to be doing, and just, do the blood works, do the trash works, do the axe works, now things just work out.
In a special way.
In a really special way. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, just being out there. Like, I honestly, I'm just so happy. Like, it doesn't make any sense that for the past year, like a year ago, I had my first solo exhibition. And today...
Years ago. 1 year ago.
1 year ago, I had my first solo exhibition. And since then, I have been in a roller coaster and insane places and career opportunities. And I just got a call from, a collector / an investor / and, that same industry giant that I mentioned earlier, about future projects that we're going to be doing. And they're so exciting. They're so exciting.
Not a ritual.
Yes.
It's definitely not a ritual, but it's made with a very weird way.
It was done in a very weird way.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something that is not conventional. You didn't go to a bank, blood bank. No. You didn't ask for a friend for a donation.
AV, yeah. No?
Nope.
What happened? Okay. So I have a really spontaneous nosebleed.
Oh.
I'm going to start with that. I have a really spontaneous, and I've been like that since I was little. like I have a really sensitive nose. So I come from a small country of Finland, and we've been always like, especially in our family, we've been like, if we can reuse something, we reuse it. And I was like, there's this blood, and it's very, I could be using it. Yeah, and it's perfectly fine. I don't want it to go to waste. Of course not. So I just like, I'm gonna do something with it. So I put it on a brass. I let my like nose bleed dry out onto the brass. And I was in my bedroom. I was doing this like in the middle of the night, and I just had a spontaneous nosebleed. And I was like, okay, let me just do something with it. And I was just squatting there doing this, waiting for it to dry up. And I kept thinking like, oh my goodness, how would I explain this if somebody were to walk in here right now? Yeah.
Oh, but at least you didn't murder someone for that.
I'm sorry?
At least you didn't have to murder someone for that.
I didn't. Or I could have, but I didn't have to. Yet.
The next piece.
Yes. The which one?
The next piece.
The next piece.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh my god, I didn't get... Okay, yes. I thought we were into
also, you told me about the way brass works. So yes. Brass is very intuitive to whoever touch it.
Yes, it's very sensitive.
And it's also it's very sensitive over time. So there is a lot of art pieces made with brass that inspire you to create this artwork. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, there's a famous Finnish artist called Toni R. Toivonen, and he works with brass, and he has these huge blocks of brass, and he puts animal carcasses to decay on the brass. And when this happens, it starts to decay. It's like maybe like, I don't know what the time span is, but I would imagine like multiple weeks. And you can see when it starts to rot, it sort of like melts onto the brass in a way that there's the blood, there's the minerals, there's the fat, and when you take the carcass out and you basically you clean it from the the animal decay, it shows this beautiful shape of the carcass. It creates like you can see, like, for example, he has done some work with, dead cows. You can kind of like see the silhouette of the cow in it. In the brass. And when you hang it up, it's honestly, it's so beautiful. It looks like kind of like marmor, what is it? Marmor?
What's the name of the artist, by the way?
Toni R. Toivonen.
He's a Finnish artist.
He's a Finnish artist, very famous.
I have to take from you the name.
Yeah, definitely. You should check him out. He's a huge inspiration for me because he makes something so aesthetically pleasing, but in such sort of like a gruesome process. And it's I think he's really significant.
So that's what inspired you to make this piece made out of blood.
Yes.
And the story how you did it with the nosebleed was spontaneous, or it was you thought about it before, you thought maybe I shouldn't do it, or anything such as...
I mean, of course, nobody just has brass on hand. Like, I went and got it for this piece. I didn't know when I was going to do it and how I was going to do it. But I had it at hand. And when the time came, I was like, now is the time to do it.
So you planned before?
I planned before.
You put your brass piece under your bed and then every time?
Yes.
Okay, that's very cool.
It's definitely something.
Now we're going to be a bit more formal.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions from the list because I'm not an artist, I'm a photographer. But people can say, but photography is art, photography is not art. Photography is very technical, it's very beautiful, you can create art from it, but it really depends why you're going there. So same for artists. I believe that an artist that came from a point the way you're telling me, or an artist that came from a technical point because he loves the way it looks, those are two different people. One of them is an artist, one of them is a drawer. So I believe in an era of AI, the technical people will be gone. The artists won't. But in order to maintain that job, it will be very difficult in the beginning because when there will be a lot of uncertainty, the appreciation for this type of art will be not that high, but then in a couple of years from now, I believe it's going to be so rare to be able to be an artist because you have to be so unique in a way that AI is able to replicate visual. AI is not able to replicate art. And art is coming from pure emotion. The way you showed me the mess, the bottles, the silhouette of yourself, made out of magazine, the emotion behind it, how you felt in that story. What AI can do?
I think that's an interesting stand, which I don't agree with. I think the technical side and the creativity side, they go hand in hand. But of course, the thing is that we talk a lot about like what AI cannot do and what it can do. And every time it brings something more valuable to like an art piece that a human made it, that's something an AI cannot replicate, the human aspect, obviously. If somebody is really appreciating someone who is really technically talented, like really makes really like hyper realistic pieces or paints in a beautiful way of really classical oil paintings and portraits, that is, I mean, yes, the images, a computer can do it, but why would that be in a way special? Because the fact that a human made the image brings something so much more of value, because not everybody can paint that way, not everybody can draw that way. But I do, for me, I actually, but now we get into what is art and what is good art and what is bad art. I'm not gonna go too deep into the what I think is good art or what is real art, what is because I appreciate every I say that making crap art is so much more important than not making art.
This is actually your main saying.
That is my slogan.
She's basically saying making. I will read
make
it.
Anything. Like it doesn't matter what you make. Just make something.
I'm going to read it for you, and you tell me what you think.
Yes.
So, making crap art is so much more important than not making art. It's very deep because we, as human, we always try to be perfect.
Yeah.
And we say, once I will know how to do it perfectly, I will do it. But you never do it eventually.
It goes back into the artists, we were talking about perfection a lot, and you have your inner saboteur in a way that is keeping you from making anything. It's like, unless it's perfect, I can't do it. Like, unless I sing beautifully, I'm not allowed to sing, or unless I know every technique, I'm not allowed to paint, or unless I know grammar, I'm not allowed to write. And it creates the distance of making the art, and because making art, it's very, it's grounding experience for many people, and many people find it like, because you get tied to the moment and the act of doing it. But if you're just criticizing and thinking and analyzing in your head, you stay here, you stay in the other, frequency. And you're not letting the energy flow. Like, at least, do something. And especially in this day and age when, so many people struggle, and so many young people struggle with actually doing things. They just watch other people doing things on their phones.
And they get excited about it.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they're
doing
something.
it, even though they're not doing anything. And that's what we see also in kids. That kids nowadays, they just look other people that they play on their phone instead of actually playing themselves.
It's like basic of just playing.
It's
not like creating something. You don't make nothing from it.
Yeah.
But people actually watch other people create in a way that this is entertainment.
Yeah. It is. And which is, it's good entertainment. And of course this is something that I ask my father a lot, because I'm not a huge sports person. I don't like watching sports too much. Like, of course I watch the ice hockey. It's like a natural thing, whatever. But I ask him, he would watch golfers, golf, a lot. So I would ask, what do you get from watching other people golf? Of course he does it himself as well. But we were having this discussion that he said that it's so fascinating to see someone be so good at it. Like someone who is also so talented, so technically, golf is good. Yeah, good in it, excellent. Just wonderful at this thing that is very hard to do. That there's a fascination to it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If somebody paints really beautifully, how can you do that? Somebody acts beautifully, oh my goodness, how can you act that way? I don't think that's the problem, but the problem is that if that takes up the space from the creativity, that's when it's
like an art in a way.
What?
Watching art.
Yeah, watching art. Yeah, I mean, sports is a part of culture. I feel like that's something that we keep forgetting, especially in Finland. Yeah.
Conclusion,
I don't think so.
AI not going to take your job, yeah?
No.
Any artist?
Any artist's job?
Do you think he's going to take any level of artist? People should start art career nowadays.
Yes, they should. I think so.
Do you imagine a robot doing that?
Doing
an emotional robot?
I think that we can make a robot to do it, and we can train AI to do it. But the question is, why and for who and what purpose?
Do you believe a robot can have emotions? Do you know what is emotion? Because you've been through hell. From what you told me, you've been through literally hell.
Yes.
And in a very young age. And in a way that you did everything right, and everything was perfect in one point, but you collapsed.
Yeah.
And the collapse point put you to a point that you doubt yourself completely, and that's what makes you an artist in a way, what builds you as an artist.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of aspect of it.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna say this: AI can replicate human emotion. It can be trained to know how to be empathetic, know when to be silly and laugh, know when to be angry, but it's not really an emotion. It's a replica of something they've learned. So they're just repeating a pattern.
What do you think about you? You don't think you're a replica of something?
Well, of course, I think everybody is.
Our DNA store a lot of emotion that do not belong to us.
What do you mean? Elaborate, please.
So your DNA has memory from past generations and past traumas.
Yeah.
And whatever you feel, because think about it, a child has trauma that doesn't know where it came from. As an adult, we have trauma that we not necessarily we have it in our core, but we got it in our DNA. We got a personality trait from past trauma from our grandfather. Sometimes I like to ask my grandfather about his personality trait to understand why I'm doing certain stuff, and he tells me, and I'm thinking, yes, it is. There is a lot of past trauma we have been held from our generation. So we are duplication of something. We are neural network from previous generation that went to this generation. And AI is also a neural network because all the information you have from AI is from billions of people. And he just evolved himself. So he evolved himself in a way that is also personal. So you are evolving your AI.
Yes.
Your AI can be funny and laugh and artistic, and my AI can be a bit more different. And this, So eventually, we become a collective of humans with little robots that follow us in a way, because we have it in our phone, but we're also going to have it in a personal life because it's going to be evolved in a more physical way in a way. It's going to be our friend in the future. We're going to have a little robot that's going to help us, or maybe go against us. We never know. But it's also emotion that learns. Our emotion is not real. Our emotions are generated by our parents, by our experiences, by how they perceive emotion and they give it to us. And we are learning to adapt and make it better.
In a way, I get the sort of the logic here. I think we need to go into definitions. That's something that I don't know. I'm very pragmatic in that way. I think we need to assess what is emotion, because I think emotion is such it's such a, I don't know, I want to say a human element, but of course, animals have it. So, like a living being characteristic. And I don't think what it can seem that way. Of course, I don't know. I don't know if, I'm skeptical about that.
You're skeptical.
I'm skeptical about that.
About
AI, or about robots having actual emotions. And of course, I understand the past trauma. Of course, you get from your ancestors, you learn about their spirit, but you are still a unique mix of you're your own person. You're not your parents. You're not your grandparents. You're not the environment you're in. You're not the country you've grown up in. You are your own experience of things that have happened in your life by chance and by not chance. And yeah, I mean, it's an interesting idea of.
We will see in the future, to be honest. I don't really know.
We can just speculate.
Now we can, because we don't really know what is AI. We are all trying to figure out.
Yeah, what it is.
Because we like to give a stamp for everything we have.
Yes, and I think it's so important to really these are all we are speculating. We are looking at these other scenarios, what could be happening. But I think what's important is this moment. What do we want AI to be? What is the direction we want to be taking it in? Do we want it to, because that's, again, you were saying that it's a reflection of humans. Like that is such a huge reflection of, you know, how the human beings work. And we need to assess, why have we made this machine? What do we want to use it for? What do we don't want to use it for? And you actually had a really interesting implication for your own life for AI, about AI being your boss, even though you're your own boss. And I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, literally I made AI call me in the morning and tell me, do your tasks?
Yeah.
And making me...
Go to work.
Hello? You didn't do the task. So I also made it a bit, I asked him to adapt to the people's. Let's say another person is emotional, another person like tough love. There is different. I will give you. I will send you the.
Please do.
I will send you. You can use it, and you can tell me how to, because I'm
make it better.
Yeah, because they use I will help you in the end. Okay, it's very cool. You will be able to help you with your art project, and you can tell them, for example, you will be able to take a picture of something and make out of it like a task for yourself to remember to do it, because a lot of time we are doing something or we see something, we write down as a note, or we have a picture on our phone, but it's not related to the task.
It is not,
And then we have to go out to our phone and check for the task.
Check for the photo, check in different, but where was the note?
And instead of that, we have it in our memory. We can always pull it out. We can always push it away. But we can always have something to remind us. So we're always going to be, okay, let's face it, we don't want to have a boss. Do you want to have a boss?
Well, in the sense, I want to have structure, but I get what you mean. I do want to, be in control.
You don't want, because you're self-employed in a way that, imagine working in a shop or working for a company. It's fun for a while. But after...
I mean, but there are different sorts of people. I know, for example, like my brother, he's autistic. He loves having structures in place. And he's very good at that. He's so determined, and and he's so
genius, probably.
Yeah, he's very good at what he does, and he's very precise.
What is he doing, by the way?
He's a moving man, and he also.
So he's doing very physical in a way.
Yeah, physical. Yeah, he's very physical.
But very structural.
Yeah, but he loves the structures, and that's where he shines in a way. So there are different sorts of people. That's my, thing, that not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
And also, I don't think we also need other forms of, employment than just entrepreneurs.
I agree.
Yeah.